Hi, everyone. Welcome back. The two books I'm going to deal with on this episode, The Innovator's Dilemma, When New Technologies Cause Great Firms to Fail by Clayton Christensen, and I'm going to look at From Third World to First by Lee Kuan Yew. Now, I always write the date when I got the books. This was 2nd of August, 2011. I got it in Nairobi. And I want to show you some of the top things I learned from this book. First of all, and this is really, really crazy, they did this survey and this research and looked at the leading companies over a period of time. And these were some of the companies that were benchmarked by so many companies around the world. And finally, some of them failed. When they now looked at why they failed, and I'm going to read, it says, the research reported in this book shows that in the cases of well-managed firms, such as those cited above, good management was the most powerful reason they failed to stay at top of their industries. You know, when I first read that, I thought it was a typo. How can you say they failed because of good management? But when I read further, it now made sense. They were so good at managing status quo that when change came, they did not know what to do. That is powerful. And they said when good companies fail, it is often because their managers either ignored these principles or chose to fight them. And that sets the tone for the rest of the book. And you have different case studies upon case studies. And I want you to know, guys, if you do not have capacity to change, you will be left behind. Your relevance is not based on how deep your pockets are. Your relevance is not based on how intelligent you are. Your relevance is based, amongst other things, on how flexible you are, how adaptable you are. Because what you think, and you know, if you go to the museum today, the museum is full of relics, but every one of those things was once celebrated. So, are you flexible enough to keep changing and adapting and recreating and initiating? Or are you one of those who says, as it was in the beginning, is now, and never shall be, world without end? I don't know. Now, the next book, oh my God, From Third World to First by Lee Kuan Yew. And why this book really gets to me is that when you look at where they are coming from, when you look at in the early 60s, Africa had gone, a lot of African countries had gone way ahead. But these guys adopted certain principles and they stuck. I remember, listen to this. It says, in the 60s, in the 60s, what they were dealing with. He said, I had introduced an anti-spitting campaign. All right? Because people were just spitting anyhow. In the 60s, he said, listen, they looked at the way people were littering and dirt everywhere in the 60s. But the strong vision, he said, we set out to transform Singapore into a tropical garden city. Strong vision, strong policies, strong structures. and strong consequences. Strong vision, strong policy, strong structures, and strong consequences. One of the challenges I have, in Africa, in some of our African cities, maybe you get to a roundabout on a particular day, or you get to the lights, and the light is red. Then there's a cop there who says, no, just go on. So the light is red, but you are told, just go on. Then the next day you get there, and the light is red, and you can't see a cop, and you realize, okay, yesterday they said I should go on. So what do? I go on, and then the cop jumps out and arrests you. Do you know, that is the core of many of our problems. We lack consistency. And until we have consistency, where laws and things like that are concerned, and, strong vision, leadership, policies, structures, consequences, where nobody is above the law. I believe when we fix that, we will go very fast. So I want to encourage, particularly a lot of those who I have mentored in political leadership. I always recommend this book. I want to recommend it to anybody who is serious about transformation. This is a good one. So I hope you have enjoyed this journey through some of these books. Let me hear from you. Write your comments and let's have conversation about this. Remember, the person who does not read has no advantage over the person who cannot read. Books and not banks are the true custodians of wealth. Thank you.